Salt has long played an important part in Japanese spirituality. It's used for both cleansing and detecting evil spirits. And with this particular high-risk, high-reward ritual, it can be used to get rid of something you no longer want or need. This ritual is called the salt spell, or salt charm, and here's how you do it. First things first, you'll need some toilet paper, a pen, a lighter, and some salt. Toilet paper is preferred because it will eventually be flushed down the toilet, and the smaller the grains of salt, the better. Regular old table salt would be the easiest to grab a hold of for this one. A red pen is also said to be the most effective, but any pen will do. Once you have all your items, write down what you wish to lose on the toilet paper with the pen. Here's where it gets tricky. What you're writing on the paper is what you want to get rid of. So, for example, if you want a boyfriend, you would write, "I don't have a boyfriend" on the paper. What you're eliminating is that particular circumstance, the situation where you don't have a boyfriend, meaning you would then gain one, because the boyfriendless situation has now been eliminated. It's a little like writing the opposite of what you want. Another example is if you're looking for work and want a job. You might write, "I don't have a job" on the paper. You want to eliminate this unemployed situation and therefore get a job. If you want more pay at work, you might say, "My salary is low." If you want your current job to go better, you might say, "My current job isn't going well." If you want to talk to someone in particular, perhaps a suitor you're just getting to know, you might write, "So-and-so won't contact me." If you want to lose weight, you could write, "I'm not losing any weight." The options are endless, but you have to be careful about how you phrase it. This spell is to get rid of something, so if you don't phrase it correctly, you might lose something else instead. You need to really want it as well, and to pray hard for it as you write it. So once you've written what you want to lose on the paper, pile some salt in the middle, and then fold the toilet paper up around it. Place this on a plate or an ashtray or something safe, and then light the paper on fire. You obviously do not want to burn your house down or start a fire, so the ritual recommends doing this near the bathtub, toilet, or sink. Somewhere you can quickly rinse it with water if things go wrong. If you are in a situation where fire would be a big no-no, or you just don't trust yourself not to set everything ablaze, then you can skip the fire part entirely and just go to the next step. So, once the paper is burnt, or you've imagined burning it in your mind, flush the remains down the toilet. And that's it. The ritual is over, and before long, you should lose whatever it was that you wrote on the paper. At least, that's how the story goes. As you no doubt know by now, I personally don't believe in these sorts of things, but I greatly enjoy the stories behind them and how they came to be. I find that far more fascinating than the games or the rituals themselves. This particular spell is interesting because it's not used for evil. You can't use it to curse another person, and in fact, many people believe that if you write anything even vaguely malicious, it will backfire entirely. If you try to bring misfortune to anyone at all, you will be the one it visits instead. In Western terms, you might describe this spell as somewhat like white magic rather than black. It should be used to help better yourself, not harm others. But there is one thing you should never, ever write, and that is, "I have no money." This phrase alone you should avoid. Why? Well, it's said that while you might get a pay raise at work, for example, or maybe you might win the lotto, this also opens up the opportunity that a family member might be involved in an accident or even die, leaving you with their insurance money, for example. Yeah, now you have money, but it cost a close family member's life to get it. Not something you should risk. It's unknown exactly who came up with this ritual or even when, but it's said that it has been passed down through the generations and is possibly a modern version of something much older. But ultimately, we just don't know. The ritual itself is fairly well known, and you can find all sorts of Japanese websites discussing how to do it, and even anecdotes from people who tried and then apparently had their wishes granted. But remember, be careful what you wish for. You just might get it. But what do you guys think about this one? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you again next time.